Alright, today we're working on, my own project. This is 1992 Chevy OBS pickup truck. I love these trucks. I've always wanted a single cab short bed. I had a extra cab short bed when I was younger, and one truck I wish I never would have sold. I've always loved trucks. Obviously work on the cars all the time, but I love trucks, and these are always been close to the family. At one point, my dad, my brother, and me all had extra cab short bed OBS pickup trucks at the same time, and I just love them. So this is a good truck. It's got a lot of nicks and dings in it, and stuff like that, but this truck was never used as a work truck, believe it or not. It was actually, I think from the paperwork, what I can understand is a lady in New York basically had it as sort of a daily driver. So the door pins are not worn out, the doors aren't falling off to the side, and it hasn't really been abused. The bed's not all beat up and stuff like that. So it's a good, solid truck that just needs a bit of attention. It's my own project, and I just want to share it with you guys. It has a small block 305 in it. I want to eventually take that engine out and put an LS in it, obviously, because that's obviously what you do with an OBS. But I just want to share the project with you. It's Sunday, it's my day off, and I'm still working on cars because I know I seem to always work on cars. But anyways, I do love it, but too much of anything gets old after a while. Anyways, I'm going to take the valve covers off of it because they're literally pouring onto the headers and it smokes real bad. I have a car show, one of the biggest car shows in Ireland, Kilbeggan, next weekend, and I want to bring it to it, and I'm just worried that it might catch on fire. So even though I've been probably put 500 miles on a truck like that, but anyways, better safe than sorry. So I guess we'll get into it. I hope you guys enjoy the project. You can see here the body lines don't match up. That's because obviously it needs body mounts, which actually I have a set, but anyways, that's another thing I need to do to the old Silverado. So I'll show you all the big old engine in it. Look at that beast, huh? That's some engine. Anyways, I'm joking. So I think the 305 that was originally in it, obviously it was a TBI that was taken out because I believe it was smoking real bad from what the guy I bought it from told me. So they got this 305, which is actually I think an 80s engine, because it has the hole for the manual fuel pump, which I converted back to because he put an electric pump on it. But it has a Holly on it. I have no idea what size it is. It has an HEI on it. Obviously the TBI was taken off. Obviously the AC and stuff is still there, but no pipes going to it. And that's pretty much it. It's nothing fancy. I have the old top quality battery hold down there and real, mil spec wiring. It's actually, geez, I actually need to fix that. Anyways, I'm gonna fix all this stuff. So the air cleaner is okay. Just needs a lick of paint and should be like brand new actually. So, and the old auxiliary belt's seen better days, but actually, geez, it's getting worse. That's pretty bad actually. I was driving the truck one day and it literally made a loud bang noise, and there was just coolant and steam everywhere, and the good old small block Chevys. I was probably like 3-4 miles from the garage, and I just kept going, and the cooling gauge just penned. But Put a new water pump on it. Basically the nose of the water pump just snapped off. Put a new water pump on it, and been driving it for 3 or 4 months since. So yeah, I don't know what you say bad about the small block 350s. I love them. So Jesus, the amount of small block 350s I've abused in my life, and they never gave me no bother. They don't really make loads of horsepower and torque unless you put loads of money into them, but if you want to abuse something, get a small block. That's why I'm a Chevy guy. I love my small blocks. But I want to put an LS in this one. I want to put an LS, and if funds arise, I'd like to put 2 turbos in it, or 1. So, but we'll see. And I'd actually like to do the back and put 16-inch wide tires on it and drop it. But anyways, we can all dream, can't we? So anyways, yeah, this is old beauty. Anyways, actually, I didn't even know that belt was that bad. I actually really need to order one of those. Jesus, that's bad. Anyways, oh, there's a bit of it right there, actually. Look at that. I might save that and super glue it back on. So, but anyways, yeah, let's get into ripping the valve covers off. And I don't know if you can see, but it's just leaking everywhere. On the other side is actually worse. So I think it's that corner back there is literally just pouring on the exhaust manifold, and it just smokes when it runs. Hasn't caught fire yet, so I think it's okay, but better safe than sorry. Jeez, I should have done my makeup. Alright, so got this Chevy truck up on the ramp, and I'll show you some of the special features that it comes with. You know, they're all optional extras. So the first thing is the battery tow strap. It's extra long, so I think it rubs the ground like, you know, like the shopping carts in the store, and stops you from the static electricity. But anyway, I'm joking. So one thing I think that's interesting is that if you can see up there, it used to be TBI, and they still have the knock sensor connected, which is, don't really know what that's supposed to do with a carburetor, but anyways, so yeah, it has, this is high quality tranny lines with oil leaks. And then I just want to show you, look how bad it is in that corner for the valve cover. It's dripping down the transmission. It's actually pretty bad. And then the starter here is just soaked on this side. This is the side that's leaking the worst. So, but it's a good solid truck. I mean, obviously it has a lot of surface rust. Probably looks bad on video. Looks bad in person, but it's like nothing's too far gone, you know. Everything's fixable. Like if I took the cab off and sanded everything down and, you know, did a proper job on it, it'd be okay. So you know, it's a good solid truck. That's the main thing. You know, it has the, I was actually looking here, these mounts. So the plate, you can't really see in the video there, maybe you can see it up in there, but anyways, the plate it's fallen through, so I'm gonna have to take the cab off and replate the top of these. So that's kind of bad news, I guess. The fuel tank bracket's seen better days. I don't know, that's not really good, but be okay. It's not going anywhere too, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the road's here, so it doesn't have too far to fall. It'll be alright. This cab mount on the driver's side, actually, that one you can probably see. That one's pretty bad, but again, I can fix that. It's not really that big of a deal. The 2 front ones are okay. So, yeah, that's alright. I soaked the old U-boats. I soaked the old U-bolts in WD-40 because I bought one of those high quality lowering flip kits off of eBay for like 65 euros or something. So I'm gonna, yeah, I want to lower it. So I want to see what it looks like lowered. So and then it has the high performance differential. So you see how that one's red? That means it's race ready. So no, I'm joking. Anyways, that's a 8.5 10 bolt. Usually when they have the notches right here, that indicates this, the 8.5. So yeah, that's pretty much under the truck. It's a typical what you would expect to see for something that's been driven for, you know, 30 years. So, but again, if you look inside the bed, you know, See inside there, there's no, it's not rusted out. You know, the inside of the bed's not rusted out there. The cab corners obviously need a little attention, but they're actually not bad. But I've actually bought new, they sell new full cab corners. They were actually, I think they were $14 or $13 each. So I've ordered those new cab corners. The other side's not, I don't think it's as bad. Yeah, you can see it's not as bad. But again, I want to replace it. But if you look inside the cab here, you can see it's, you know, like it's not rusted. It's, I mean, you know, a good car to start with, you know. This is crap. But see, it's not, usually these receivers are all rusted out and stuff like that, and they're actually okay. So it's one of these projects where if, you know, I take it apart and I fix it now, I can save it from getting worse in the long run. So I think it's you know, it's a good foundation. So I don't know. I'll tell you the truth, I had it up for sale. I was thinking about selling it because I had my eye on something else that I was thinking about putting an LS in. But the reality is that it's a truck, but the other truck is probably not going to go anywhere. So I think what I'll do is I'll just keep this one, and if I end up in the right situation, I can get that one too and actually drive that one while I'm fixing this one, because the other one's ready to go. It just needs fuel and to be in my name. So anyways, I'll put it back down. I took the wheels off because the lowering kit will hopefully be here this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or something. I want to put the lowering kit in it. Well, lowering kit, when I say a flip kit for the rear, and I'm going to cut the front springs because eventually I'm going to put lowering front springs and spindles in it anyways, but I'm just going to cut like maybe one loop off of them, put the flip kit in the back, and I have a set of wheels which just don't make any sense, but I'm going to try them on, see. But I think when the truck is finished, they'll be kind of cool. Again, I'm in Europe, I'm in Ireland, so over here I want 22s on it. I want to put 22s on it, and 22s are very hard to find. And yeah, what I found was really cheap. I'll show them to you when we put the lowering kit in it and put them on. I got them extremely cheap. They cost me 250 euros or something like that with 2 brand new tires. So, and then I had to make a custom spacer, which again, I'll show you everything about that too. And with all the LSs I have laying around the shop, I have a serpentine belt, which I got one here. So that's off of LS1. No, maybe it's the right size, maybe it's not. So it's a bit cracked up, but I don't want to go putting too much money into the small block that's in it, because the plan is to LS swap it. So where I can save a couple bucks and keep driving it, I'll try to do that. So yeah, hopefully an LS1 belt will work. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. And a little truck working tip is that, yeah, well, if you have a ramp, take all the wheels off, and then that way you can put the truck right down and stand on the wheel to bend over the fender working on the truck. So just a little tip for you, or anyways, for us big guys, anyways. Oh, Jesus. This air cleaner's seen better days. I think with just a bit of paint and some sandpaper, yeah, it should be like brand new. I mean, it's a K&N, so sure, you couldn't throw that away. Looks like it hasn't been changed since 07D broke up, but yeah, it'd be alright. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, I guess we'll find out if a small block serpentine kit is the same size belt as a LS1. So I don't know, we'll see. Well, that tensioner's still good, isn't it? I don't think so. Yeah, so, yep, an LS1 is not the same as a small block Chevy. Small block Chevy is obviously a lot longer, so I'm gonna have to go to the auto parts and see if I can match that up. Ah, it's never easy. Oh, more, but need to save that. Maybe I might be able to piece it all together. So. I'm gonna have to cut all those cable ties. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. I think there's more cable ties than bolts. And the bottom ones are 7/16 and the top are 3/8. So I think that side, they're all 7/16. Okay. Yeah, it's just a regular old cork gasket. And then the valve cover is completely bent because it's been over tightened. Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, I'll straighten, oh geez, and they're not even gonna come off. Okay, so I'll clean that all up, and I'll take the other side off, and then I think what I'll have to do is bend the valve cover straight again. I have some metal ringed rubber gaskets in the engine room there that I'm gonna use, so I'll try to clean all that up. But the engine actually looks really good inside. Yeah, never abused. I'd say there's like 30 miles on it. All right, more cable ties. Jesus. Awesome. I hope I don't have to drain the coolant to take that hose off, because just to get the valve cover off. I think we can sneak it out of there. Yep, drop that bolt. Okay. Okay. Ow! That's my head. Okay. Engine's quite clean inside. Yeah, I think that gasket wasn't doing much. Alright, so got the valve covers off of it. Actually, I can't believe how, for an engine that looks like it came out of a swamp from the outside, the inside's actually really clean. Actually looks really good. So I'd be interested, obviously when I put the LS in it, I want to take this engine out and actually, you know, take it all apart and check it and make it purdy again and put it back together. So I might sell it or maybe keep it for something else, but yeah, quite surprised. So this coolant hose here that clips into the manifold for that goes to the heater core, that wouldn't let me take the valve cover off, but I just how do you say it, persuaded it out of the way a little bit. It's just aluminum. So anyways, but yeah, I can't believe how good the engine looks inside, so I'm surprised. So I'll get all this cleaned up and clean the valve covers, and then yeah, put the new gaskets on it. And then I think I'm gonna attack this, because like that wire's like, I think sure that wire is holding the battery in almost, so holding it down, and I don't know, that one's not so great either. And this high quality mil spec is just, yeah, I don't know. I think I should do something about this. And then also the battery hold down is a strap. I actually was driving the truck one day and turned the corner, and I heard a bang and like a squealing noise. I didn't know what it was. And the battery actually went from here to there, and then the corner of the battery here was rubbing the pulley. So that's why I decided to put the strap in. But anyways, I think I might actually make something because the strap is just ridiculous. So, all right, well, after wasting an hour of my life fixing things I never intended to fix or do, I'll just show you. So, anyways, I said I'd take the coolant bottle out because the AC dryer, which is over here, that AC dryer, I want to take that out because it has no AC. And then I took the hood light out because the socket's just, it's no good, no bueno. So anyways, in between doing all that, this spotlight thing here, I wanted to get this to work. So then what I did was, it had a little glass fuse, which I took out, and then I just put a little 5 amp blade fuse in it and connected that all up. And now, I think this is the coolest thing in the world. You switch it on, it comes on a cable. Okay. And then, well, it's magnetic. So, now, you're not going to need this light because obviously this is a Chevrolet, which, you know, Chevys don't break down. But, anyways, I mean, this would probably be more useful on a Ford or a Mopar or something. But, it's nice to have, you know. I think that's what this is actually for, is when the Ford or the Mopar guys are broke down on the side of the road, because it has a cable, you can actually bring it over to their car and, you know, help them out. So I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I love Mopars. I love Fords. I'm just having a bit of a, you know, a laugh. But anyways, yeah, so I think it's cool. It's probably the stupidest thing in the world, but it comes on a cable, and then you see you can actually turn it off. See, it's a little switch there. Turn it on, turn it off, and I don't know. I find that fascinating. Everything with the truck, and I've had the most enjoyment in probably the last 2 years getting a magnetic light on a cable to work under the hood of my Chevrolet pickup. Okay, well, in typical Bob fashion, I can never leave anything alone, so I made these plates, which I test fitted one real quick. These are for the body mounts on the cab. So I have 2 of them done. I'm going to cut the other 2, and then we'll bring them over to the truck, and I'll show you my idea, which I hope will work. But it's only a short-term fix. Eventually I'm going to have to take the cab off of the truck and fix the frame properly, but at least this will prevent any more damage. Okay, today is Monday. We're back. Yesterday was my day off, and I said I'd start working on the truck, and yeah, typical me. I ended up turning an anthill, a mound into a mole, into a, yeah. It, as usual with me, everything's escalated. So I actually finished up Sunday at like 3 o'clock. As I said, I'd only work a half day, and kind of processed everything in my head and went home to go look at costs and stuff like that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna redo this truck, but for now I think I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna completely take the cab off and bed off and do everything. But for now I'm just gonna fix some things so I can take it to the car show and I can enjoy it this weekend, and maybe enjoy it until I get a chance to take it all apart and rebuild it. So I'll show you. Yeah, I ended up taking the evap canister out because I'd say the coal in there is just gone. So it doesn't really need that. And I ended up taking the cruise control out, so I'm never going to use that again. So painted the valve covers. I think they came out okay. Again, just make it look a bit better. And then got the brand new 2024 limited edition K&N air filter. So I think that came out all right. So these are the plates that I made that I was telling you. So I got them all painted up. I'm just going to clean the edges here when I get them in and centered, and tack them to the bracket. So these are the new body mounts that I have, and the way that they go is, so that goes on that. Also, these I got lucky. Apparently these like completely rust away. but I just put a lick of paint on them and look brand new, shampoo. So anyways, that goes on there, and then that plate is going to go on there. And then I'll show you if I can do this with one hand. You take it to the old truck. I'll just show you real quick. You can see how bad the mount is rusted out. So what's happened was the body mounts were coming through. Now I can't, these plates, I'm gonna put these in there like that, and then catch the bolt, and then I'm gonna do this to all of them, and then find the center, so obviously the cab is not sitting crooked, and then tack weld them in. And then my plan is eventually I will take the cab off and they'll be tacked in, so I know their placement, so then that way I can, you know, repair them properly. So that's my plan anyways. So yeah, I'll get these in there and get the cab back down. That's stuff to do. This one here is okay, and then the passenger side rear is not too great either. So, but the worst one's the driver's side rear. I haven't gotten this one out yet, and then I still have the two front ones. So anyways, I'll get these cab mounts back in, and then make sure the cab is all center, tack them in, and yeah, it's a quick repair for now, but yeah, eventually I'm going to take the cab off and fix them properly. So I think I've made a decision. I'm going to keep this truck. I don't know, I love the truck, so I think I'm just going to keep it. Alright, so I got the body mounts in it. I'll show you here now. I just tack welded the plate, and the reason that I did that is because I wanted to take the cab off, because it's actually not that big of a job, probably take like 3 hours, 4 hours, and I actually wanted to repair everything. But then I started thinking about it, and the hole was so worn out, you wouldn't know exactly where the cab should be. So my idea was I would do one at a time, and then tack that in place, so that way, obviously, that's where the hole's supposed to be. So then when I go to take the cab off, I know where to measure from off the frame. So, and also I was looking, you can buy brand new receivers to actually cut off the frame and weld new ones on. So I think I'm just gonna buy them. And here, I'll just show you what I did. So if you can see in there, so basically this one here is the driver's side, which was, you can actually see it was actually beat pretty bad. So with this one, I welded a plate in, but then I actually made a shim to kind of level it out. So it's okay now, but it's just that little bit, just a little bit down. So I made like a shim to level it out. And anyways, I got the driver's side in, and then I got the passenger side one in there, and then passenger side front, and yeah, driver's side front. So basically I have them all in. So now I know where my cab is supposed to be. So I know where all the holes are. So now when I take the cab off with those plates tacked in, obviously I can measure off the frame and then weld the new brackets on in the place they're supposed to be. So yeah, I thought that was the best way to do it. Again, I'm just trying to get to the car show, so you know, it's not really that big of a deal. And actually I was thinking about it today, and I'm 43 years old. I'm going to be 44 this year, and this will actually be the first time in my life that I've ever brought one of my vehicles to a car show. I've brought my friends or my customers or all kinds of things, but I've actually never brought my car. So I guess a big step after 43 years. But anyways, so next what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bed off, because I want to I'll put the wheels back on it, and I want to pressure clean the back of the frame. And I think I'm going to C-notch it because I have a flip kit coming, and you have to put a C-notch in it if you put the flip kit. Instead of spending 200 euros on a C-notch, I'm just going to make my own. So, which probably would have been more smarter to actually just buy the C-notch and put it in, but why not make your life difficult when you can? So another thing I'll show you is that we took the valve covers off and then sanded them down real nice and painted them black, and I was going to throw them back on. To tell you the truth, I like the black standard OEM kind of, I like it. I like this much better than chrome. But these are damaged. So I'll show you here. I don't know if you can see on camera. You can see there, it's cracked. You can see back here, see how it's cracked. So if you actually, I don't know if you can see this, but this side is straight and this side's angled. So someone put these on the wrong way around. And if I can get the light to work for me, you can see in there, they're actually, the rockers have rubbed into it. So because it's actually cracked, you can see there. So I decided to call Derek, the customer with the Corvette. It's actually quite funny and ironic. The reason I decided to take the valve covers off is because they're literally pouring on the exhaust manifold. So I don't want to start a fire. So I called Derek, who's actually a firefighter, and asked him if he'd sell his chrome valve covers off of his small block 350 that we took apart, the Caterpillar engine. And yeah, he said he'd sell them to me because we're actually going to get new ones. So yeah, it worked out fine. So I guess you can say in a sense Derek saved the fire. So thank you, Derek. So we got the chrome bling bling valve covers on it, and I tried to fix up the spark plug wires. We actually took them off and I wiped them down with WD-40 and a rag, and they come out looking new again. So anyways, I got them on there. I need to hook up that PCV valve. I'll tie it into where the vacuum is on the carburetor for the brake booster. And still haven't tackled the battery, which I was supposed to do 2 days ago, and the wiring, but I'm getting there. Yeah, so, you know, the valve covers are on it. The spark plug wires are back on it. I still need to get a belt. But anyways, it's coming together. Again, I'm not trying to make it a show truck or nothing right now. I'm just trying to fix it up so I go to the car show, it doesn't look like a hot mess, because I build all these cars and then they look at my vehicle and they're like, should I really have him build my car? But you know what I mean. Like, I just don't want people to get the wrong idea. So, and it's just a bit of fun. We're waiting on parts for everything. Derek's car, Magoo's car, everybody's car. So yeah, I figured I'd take the time to finally do something of my own. So all right, I don't even know where I left off last, or actually what's going on. I just keep doing one thing after another. So I'll give you guys an update. So I got the limited edition black K&N air filter put on. Oh, hold on a second. Got a phone call there. Hello. Hey, how are you, sir? Okay, sorry about the phone call. Anyways, where were we? So yeah, I think I showed you guys the spark plug wires, and yeah, got all that done. Still don't have the belt. Hopefully I'll get the belt. I don't want to drive to the auto parts to match it up, so I'm being lazy because I just want to do other things to the truck. Battery's done and fixed. I put a new starter cable in it, and I fixed this main cable going to the top quality bus bar there, and I put a new ground cable on it and got my light working. Love my light. Actually, that's my favorite thing about the whole truck. Actually, if I ever sell the truck, the light doesn't go with the truck, so just to let you know that. Yeah, so that's all el finito. And then, yeah, took the bed off. I took the bed liner out of the bed, and I think I'm going to leave it out and actually just leave it like that, because the paint's really good and I think it looks nice, and yeah, it's just pretty cool. There's a little bit of rust here, a little bit of rust here, a little bit here, but it's actually it's not bad. Same on the other side. There's a bit of rust that's where the bed liner kind of rests on it. So in the back there's nothing. But anyways, so got the bed all cleaned up on the inside, and then basically wire wheeled all the rusty spots, which I'm gonna get that rust preventer and paste it on it, and I don't know, I think primer it and maybe Schultz it or something. I'm not too sure. I haven't made a decision yet, but I have to make a decision quick because I have like 3 days left. So But anyways, so, and then, yeah, so that's the whole back of the, I took the spare tire wheel thing off because I don't like the way it looks. And yeah, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up now. And yeah, make a decision on the bed, get it back on. Well, actually no, I need to C-notch it. So like I said, I have the flip kit coming, and I need to cut this out here, obviously, so the rear end can go higher in the frame. So anyways, that's where we are so far. I'll get it outside and pressure wash it now and get everything back in and clean it. Try to dry this off and make a decision on what I'm going to do with that. And yeah, that's where we are so far. I just want to give you some progress and show you, you know, how we're getting on with the truck. And then also, I don't know, but I ordered some door stickers. I'm not too sure if they'll be here because typical me, I left it till last moment. So yeah, hopefully they'll show up and I'll get the door stickers on it. I think with it lowered, and I don't know, be pretty cool, I hope. But anyways, worst comes to worst, at least I had a bit of fun finally getting to work on my truck. So that's what I'm most happy about. All right, well, as usual, I've dug a grave with this truck because I always end up going too far. But I'll show you. So what I did was I was gonna make these plates, and obviously the bed, I'll show you here. The bed is the flat of it's here, so usually if I put that plate, I'm gonna have to cut a little bit out of this anyways to make it clear. So then I thought to myself, why don't I just cut it all the way up and have a new box section touching the bed, so obviously it's not weak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut square box up and then that height and then down, which I got some, that's 50 by 50 mil square box by 4 mil wall thick. So yeah, I think I'm gonna scrap this idea, and then I'm gonna C-notch it with the box up, and then the box should be the height of touching the bed, and that's pretty much as far as you can C-notch it without obviously cutting into the bed. So usually some people cut it out and then they C-notch all the way, you know, when they're slamming it on the ground, but I'm not really planning on doing that. But I just feel like this will limit me and how far I want to drop it, and I don't want to be limited. And then also, I don't know, I don't like the idea of the plate and doing it the way I was thinking about doing it. I was kind of doing traditional, like the plates they sell to bolt on. And as I started thinking about it, I was like, why would I just make it out of square box, and it'd actually be stronger, and I think it'd be nicer too. So that's the plan. The bed, again, I'm running out of time. So all the parts here that were rusted on the rails, I just zinc primered it. I'm just gonna throw some black on it. The rest of it's fine. So my plan is to later take the bed back off and do it properly. I want to get the, you know, the rust stuff that you paint on and epoxy primer it and Schultz it and all that. So again, I'm just running out of time. I really need to get going. And another thing I'll show you what I did was, yeah, I don't think my lowering kit's going to show up on time, and I just don't like sort of the angle the truck sits at. It's like kind of nose down, back up, and it's just not my style. So I extended these shackles 3 inches, which should give me 10 mil from the bed. And yeah, I think 3 inches in the back, make it a bit nicer, you know, it'll sit maybe even or just a little bit down in the back, which is more of the sort of rake that I like. Yeah, we'll get into C-notching it now, cutting it up, and yeah, hopefully I don't destroy nothing. Alright, so I made the C-notches. So I cut them at a 35-degree angle because that kind of worked out for the spacing and everything. So I just want to show you. See, I beveled all the edges so way I can get good penetration. So I have this one welded up. Need to weld this one up, and then I'll cut out the frame on the truck and slot them in, and yeah, hopefully get this thing C-notched. So I think it's nice. Like the way that I did it was that where the factory frame sits, it'll sit here. So the bed is actually about 60 mil higher, and this is 50 mil box. So theoretically, This is just about as high as you can go without cutting into the bed, which I don't want to do because I want to keep the bed. So okay, well, I might have got a little carried away. Anyways, I'll just show you. I have the rear end on jack stands. I have the car on the lift, and then I have this state-of-the-art frame jig holding in place thing. So anyways, what I did was I cut the top out. So I cut the top out there and basically slotted that in, and I welded it up top, and I welded it in the back there all along. So once I had all that welded, I knew that was rigid. What I did then is, obviously, I cut this out and I just you know, beveled everything, and now I just have to weld this up. But just looking at it, I think I'm gonna get a piece of square box and cut an angle and go out here just to, I don't know, I just don't really like that. So this is my personal opinion. This is the piece that I cut out here. So obviously, like, that piece was in there like that. So yeah, I have this side obviously almost done, just need to finish welding it, and then we'll do the other side. I'll try to show you the process of the other side more. I just, like I said, I got carried away. Another thing I just wanted to show you is, actually, if I find another piece. So this piece here, this is for the other side. And then if you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in camera, but you see that? So basically it'll fit in the bed. I don't know if you can see it with that bottom, because this is where the frame sits. So all I'm gonna have to do is, obviously there was a pad here, and this is where the frame originally sat. So I'm just gonna have to cut this out, but I can keep this piece, which I just don't want to get rid of that. I think if you had this piece to that piece, it's just too long of a distance to, you know, somebody steps in the back of bed, it'll just cave in. So and then what I think I'm gonna do is, I really want to drill holes through here all the way through, and then stick pipes all the way through to the other side. But I'm not going to do that now, because I think at some point I'm going to do like a 4-link system, but make my own. And I'm not too sure where I'm going to put it to work with the coilovers that I want to fit to it, and make my own brackets and stuff. So I think for now, on the back here, or possibly the front, it looks like I need to find out exactly where that rail goes in the bed, but weld the pipe from there to there, just to the back of it, just for a little bit of strength, and sure I can just cut it off when I go to do the 4-link system. So yeah, it's, I guess you can say, a homemade backyard boogie C-notch. So yeah, I don't know, there you go. Alright, so just show you, obviously that piece was in there like that. So obviously I cut it a bit smaller, and then you can see I trimmed it. I trimmed a bit off of this side, a bit off of this side, to get it to fit perfect. So another thing I did, I'll just show you. Obviously, if you look in there, you know that chassis is curved. So I just curved this so that way it'll fit tight in there. And that's pretty much it. So now what I do is, obviously I clamp this side, I clamp that side, and I weld it along here, and then I'll weld it inside, along, and down the bottom. And then once all that's welded, what I'll do is I'll cut the V out, and then obviously clean all that up and weld that up, and that's what you get there. So yeah, I'll get this side done. After I get these two sides done, the piece of pipe across, next I need to notch that little piece of the bed there that I was telling you guys about, and get the bed on it. And then yeah, I made these, I put it's like 2 3/4 extension on these, so that's just enough. Again, when that suspension compresses, it's like you have about that much room between the beds. So that's just, yeah, I don't know, just like a last minute thing. To tell you the truth, I should have just bought shackles because they're cheap. They do 2-inch shackles, but I just made them real quick. I think they'll be fine. So you know, I boogered them up really good. So anyways, yeah, we'll get back on this and get this side done, and yeah, hopefully we can get the truck outside and see what it looks like. Unfortunately, my lowering kit didn't show up. It was supposed to be here Thursday. Today's Saturday. The car shows tomorrow, which I actually don't even know if I'm going to go now because I have so much other things to do. But the lowering kit didn't show up. The stickers for the door didn't show up. And on top of all this, another reason is that I actually pulled the truck outside yesterday before I started doing this because I had to look at a customer's car and the radiator burst. So, yeah. So anyways, I have a radiator that's okay, and I think it will fit. It's a little bit smaller. I'm sure I can make it work. But I'm going to see how I get on with all this and make a decision, but this truck is beating me. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, anyways, we'll just keep moving forward. So, we'll see in a bit. Alright, so got it all welded in now. I welded up the top. You can see I welded inside there. I welded up in there, everywhere. So now that that's all welded and should be rigid enough, what I'll do is I'll trace it and I'll cut here, and down across, take that piece out. Then clean it up again, finish welding it, and put my bar across, and yeah, it should be good. I hate fabricating. Actually, I think I have a splinter in my hand, and it hurts. I hate fabricating. I tell you the truth. I've done it for years. I've done roll cages and exhaust and tunnels and race cars and everything, and I hate fabricating. I just want to let everybody know. And the smell of cutting disc. So anyways, I'll finish this up and cut it out, finish welding it, and then we'll get the bar across. Okay, so these are the pieces I made. I made 4 of them. Yeah, I think it looks nicer, but also it'll add some reinforcement, so I think it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I'll get these. I need to clean it up here and get these welded in, and then yeah, I'll put the bar across, and I think we'll be done. So I just think that added strength is just, why not? You're here. So I actually really want to plate it on the inside a little bit, but these are sort of in the way, which eventually I'll get rid of them, and then I think later I'll plate them. And also the fuel tank's in the way. So anyways, yeah, we'll get this all welded up now. Okay, so I got it done. I welded all these pieces in, these little gusset pieces. I got the bar in it, and that's it. It's all this here. I have to cut the edge of that off, and then that will bolt back in there. And I have the bar level and centered, and yeah, truck's level-ish. So, but yeah, I don't know. Now I need to just cut the bed and yeah, get it on the ground and see how much of a difference that these made. To my calculations, I believe it's supposed to be like, yeah, 2 3/4, but I don't know, almost 3 inches. So I know why they don't make 3-inch shackles, because that's what I made these as, because they'll hit the bed. So that's why they obviously don't make them. So yeah, cut the bed, get the bed back on, get the wheels on it, put it down, and also, yeah, I need to primer all this. Oh, I need to primer everything. I think I'll use that zinc primer and stuff. But again, you know, I'll put the zinc primer and then put satin black. But eventually, I think after this summer, I'm going to take this whole truck apart anyway. So I don't know. My head's rolling with things I want to do to it. All right, so got the bar in it. I got it all primered up. So I put that zinc primer on it. I don't really know if that's the right thing to do, but yeah, got it all primered up. I'm just gonna satin black it, and then we'll get the bed back on it. So I just cut these little pockets out. So usually the frame kind of goes in the center there. So the brake line is gonna have to go on the loom that goes to the rear taillights. So yeah, I just figured I'd make it bigger. I think what I'll do is when I get it in there, it should come, like there should be a space, and I might make like little pads, because I just worry if somebody steps in the back of the bed, they'll dent down. So yeah, I think it came out good. I don't know, I like it. It's kind of, I don't know what the word is, agricultural, but it'll definitely work. I think it's definitely strong enough. So I just I think after doing this, I think, yeah, I'm gonna try to make like my own 4-link system. And I want to actually take out that brace in the back and put an X bar, and yeah, I have a whole bunch of ideas, so it's just getting time to do it. But yeah, I really want to see the bed on it. All right, so I got the bed back on it, and I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, happens to fit perfect. So if you look at it, it's yeah, so you can see in there. Just about perfect. So anyways, that's what I was looking for. If you can see, that's kind of as far as you could go without, you know, cutting into the bed, which I wanted to do. But the only thing I don't understand is real shackles still have plenty of room to lower, but yeah, my calculations were not correct on that one. But anyways, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna put it down now, and yeah, hopefully the shackles that I made do something, but I have a weird suspicion they're not gonna do much, but we'll see. Alright, well, that's the whole pickup truck done. So, well, not done the way I wanted it to be done, but anyways, I just washed it off real quick, and I don't know, it sits a little bit more level. Me personally, I want the back lower than the front, but when I get the flip kit and stuff, obviously the door stickers didn't show up. I wanted to do like a whole shop truck thing, but anyways, it sounds better too. I had out of one of the old Mustangs, I had a 50 series Flowmaster, so I put that on there. It sounds a bit more throaty, so, but and while I was doing all the work to the truck, the radiator decided to burst. That's the old radiator there. Geez, she bowed on the bottom and bowed on the top, and right here you can see she bursted a leak. So I don't know, looks like somebody was poking at it or something, I don't know. Anyways, I got one put in there. So I happen to have a spare radiator in the garage for an old Chevy, and didn't really fit, but I made it fit. So anyways, what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna, because nothing went to my plans and what I wanted to do, I'm just gonna drive it to PJ's house, and we're gonna jump in his Ford F-150 Raptor and meet up with Simon with his Ford Platinum. I wish I was driving a Chevy, but anyways, and we're just gonna go to the show. I wasn't gonna go to the show because I got disheartened by everything just not working out, but you know, my friends were like, oh, just stop being a girl and let's go. So anyways, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna jump in it here and go to PJ's and go check out the show. He didn't, you stayed with him like, yeah. That truck's 500 horsepower. Jesus. typical me, went to the car show. I did some footage on the way home of, you know, talking and stuff, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear it anyways, because I don't like listening to myself talk. But I had it on slow motion, so there's no audio, and yeah, it just looks like I'm having a seizure in the video, so my apologies. But anyways, I had a great time at the car show. I'm glad I went, even though I didn't really want to go because the truck didn't work out. But we came back to work on Monday, and you know, worked all day. And of course at 4 o'clock the flip kit for the rear came, and I went home, had dinner, and I couldn't take it after I ate dinner. I came back to the workshop and I was here till 1 o'clock in the morning, and I lowered it because I've waited a year to do this. So anyways, I'll show you the truck now. I think it looks cool. So that's the truck there. In the front, I just cut a coil and a quarter. I was gonna do a coil and a half, but I don't know, I wanted, obviously I wanted the front higher than the back. That's just the way I like it. I know not everybody be into that, but that's just my thing, kind of my style. So I used to have a single cab long bed, and I cut same C1500, but it was a 95 or 6 or something like that. But I cut 2 coils off the front and it just bottomed out. So I knew 1.5 might be okay, but then I wanted a little bit higher, so I did a coil and a quarter. So I love it. I think it looks awesome. So the back, I'll be honest with you, me personally, I actually want the back probably an inch lower. I want the back ridiculously low, and I want the front actually above the tire, kind of the way it is. But I'm not entirely sure what it's going to end up like yet, because obviously I have a set of 22s, which I'll show you guys maybe in the future video. But yeah, in the future video I think we'll put the 22s on it. I'll kind of show you what I did to lower it. And actually, to be fair, this lowering the truck like this cost me 71 euros and 60 cents or something like that. And yeah, some elbow grease, pretty much. I don't know, I think it looks awesome. I love it. I think once the wheels are on it, and again, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm gonna color match the bottom because I don't like the champagne. And then I'm gonna take the cab lights off, because obviously it's not a dually. So I don't know, in my head, like I said before, the cab lights should be for a dually, but no, I think it looks really good. I like it. And then I'm gonna put, obviously I'm from Florida, from Miami, so I'm gonna get Florida plates to put on it. But I think I don't know, I love it. So I've always wanted a single cab short bed. So yeah, that's the pickup truck. It's just a shop truck. It's like a project of my own. I want to LS swap it, and I don't know, fix it up slow, you know, take my time. It's a single cab short bed. I love them. I think if I had a choice, I'd either get a Tahoe or a Yukon instead of this. But the extra cab short beds, or the single cab flare sides, or a single cab long bed is just I don't like any of them. I like the single cab short beds, and I like the Yukons and the Tahoes. Suburbans I like too. They're a bit long, but I would love a Suburban. But yeah, it's just, you know, a shop truck project, something to keep me occupied, even though I work on cars all the time anyways, so I don't need a project. But I don't know, sometimes you need to jump in something and clear your head, and I can jump in that and go for a ride and, you know, come back and hopefully everything's fixed, but that never works like that. But anyways, look, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.